Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. Today I'm working on a little book that's inspired by Megan Whisner Quinlan, but I'm going to be using lots of scrap effects goodies. I'm starting off with an A3 size piece of cardstock and I'm just adding a thin layer of gesso just to prepare it because it's going to get a bit of abuse with all the things I'm going to put on it. So starting off with some collage paper. This is from Scrap FX and it's the Dots and Lines rice paper. I'm sticking it down using some gel medium. And then I am using the fountain pen rice paper as well. So I'm just building up the patterns and textures in the background. Then I'm going to be using some Dilutions paints today. So I'm starting off with bubblegum pink, and I'm just adding that onto the background and then using the baby wipe and the circles in circle stencil, just removing a bit of the paint through there. Then I'm using cherry pie, I'm going in again using the baby wipe. This is the leafy seaweed stencil. Next I am using squeezed orange, and I am using the puddles stencil. I'm just applying it using a makeup sponge. And then I'm using the mesh stencil and lemon zest from Dilutions. So really nice warm colours. Then I'm just measuring 12cm pieces of card, which I'm then going to cut out. So I wanted this to be quite a small book when it was finished. So then just folding those in half and then cutting them again. So then I'm just lining them all up, and I've just got the number collage stamp and some nice fuchsia pink ink, and I'm just stamping some of those numbers onto there. Then just going in with some white and the it's the puddles stencil, and just stenciling a little bit of that over, just calming the background down in some places. So once they were dry, I used the bone folder and just folded those pieces in half. So this is the size that the book is going to be. And you can see they're just going to be lined up back to back, and that's how they're going to create the pages. So then I did get my sewing machine out and just sew round each of those pieces of card you can see here. And then it was time to start sticking the pages together. So you just put some double-sided tape or glue on one side and then put them back to back and stick them down. It's a really quick way to make a book. It is quite faffy with the double-sided tape, especially if you've got to peel the backing off all the time. But it is quite a good way to make a book. It does make it quite sturdy. So you can see, here we go. You can notice that because I've only decorated one side of the card, it doesn't matter because that is all that you see once the book is constructed. So once that was done, I then got my sewing machine out again and decided that I was going to sew some of the black and white tabs onto the side of the book. I do like to use my sewing machine. I love the look of the stitching on the books. So there we go. So now there's some tabs. So then I'm using the School Days rice paper, and I have put a thin layer of gesso on the back of this. You have to be careful not to put too much because they are quite porous, but it really does just help the images stand out a little bit more. And then I've got these mini tags that I found at a local shop, and I'm just adding a bit of stenciling on, again using the puddle stencil and some rose quartz paint from Dilutions, and just then stapling a tab onto the top of there. And then I decided I was going to make my other little tabs the same that were going to be used in the book. It was just a nice quick way. I could have got the sewing machine out again, but I'd already got it out and put it away twice. I was like, I can't be bothered. I'll just staple them on, it's fine. But actually I quite like how they looked. So I'm just getting all of those ready. Now I was just going to create a little pocket, so I simply folded the paper over just a little bit, it's probably about 1.5 inches, and then just used some double-sided tape to stick the edge down, and then I just glued it into the book. Then I stuck one of the faces from the collage paper down, and then just did a bit of doodling really, just had a bit of fun drawing some botanical doodles on there, and also using some wonky bits from another course that I'd done. They work quite well together. So I've also used some Tim Holtz paper dolls and some words from one of his books of quotes, and then just sticking that on there as well to just kind of ground the pocket, so it all kind of works nicely together. Okay, that's the first set of pages. And then it was just a case of working my way through the book and adding things into the pages that I wanted to use. So this one I decided I was going to give this lady a rather cool party hat. You can see I've already put the pocket in place. This time, instead of having it at the bottom, I've put it hanging down, and then just adding some doodles in. So I'm trying to keep the doodles the same all the way through the book, so it kind of gives it that cohesive element, so it all hangs together nicely. Using a Signo Uniball here in white just to outline those doodles. And again using a Tim Holtz paper doll, and I just decided to rip a bit off one of the tabs just for the doll to stand on. Works quite well. And then onto the next page. So I've sped this bit up quite fast so that you can watch me just putting the pages together, but they kind of all work along the same idea really. So there's not really anything dramatically different to the other pages here. I've just used different words on each page. I just kind of went with what I felt I wanted to put there. But you can see each page has got a little pocket with a little botanical doodle, a wonky bit added that was from another course that I did, and Tim Holtz paper dolls, plus some quotes and words. Then it was time to work on the cover of the book, so I just cut 2 pieces to the exact size of the folded piece of card from the cardstock that was left over so that it would match, but I mean you could do it in a contrasting colour or just one colour if you wanted. So again I'm just using some double-sided tape and I'm just going to stick those in place, just lining them up as best I can and trimming any bits that are overhanging. And then you can see there's a piece of black tape on the glass mat. That is a piece of physiotherapy like sports tape. It's quite stretchy and it's adhesive on one side. So it's absolutely fantastic for using for bindings on the spine of books. It's something that Birgit Koopsen uses a lot and it is fabulous. I can recommend it. It comes in all sorts of colours as well, but I quite like the black. So then I was just finishing the cover off and just keeping with the same theme so that the cover would kind of work with the rest of the book too. So that's the finished project pretty much, really. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've used lots of Scrap FX goodies on here. Of course, there's the usual links in the description box so you can find how to get those if you're interested. And there we go. So here's some shots of some of the pages in the book. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. So thank you very much for watching. If you've stuck with it right through to the end, well done. This was quite a long one, wasn't it? Thanks for watching. Bye.